Hi ragazzi, ciao guys, welcome back to another video. Zamo here with some new prints, with a nice wrinkly shirt on today, because today is an important day. Welcome back to the channel. How you doing? How are you today? Today we're gonna sit together, we're gonna have a nice cup of coffee, and we're gonna talk about 5 tips on how to dress yourself better. I know, right? It seems obvious, you've seen so many videos, but this is something really coming from the heart. Recently, I've been really happy with what I'm wearing. I was talking with some friends and I'm like, hey, why am I so serene? Why am I so happy? What have I been doing correct? So this is the reason for this video. Grab your beverage, take a seat, fasten your seatbelt, and let's go. By the way, guys, thank you very much for all the new followers. Welcome on the channel. Every week we post longer videos, we post shorter videos, we talk design, we talk parmigiana di melanzane, we talk cannelloni, capacool, and all the above. Now, jokes aside, we talk fashion, we have fun, we have a nice community, so join us on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for the support. Join the Spaghetti Army, that's the name of the community. In the first link in bio, you're gonna also find my Substack. It's a nice little newsletter. I talk clothing recommendation, outfit checks, reviews, fashion brands, and all of the above. It's free. Thank you for following also that. So don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. It's free and it's amazing. Today I want to talk about 5 easy bulletproof, dump-proof tips, direction on how to be more satisfied and happier with how you dress. I was listening to a podcast. We were talking about the end of the relationship in between Zoe Kravitz and Channing Tatum, you know, like the Hollywood actor, and how, for example, she was responsible of making him dress well. And I was like, oh yeah, that's actually true, you know? I went on the interweb, I looked up some things, and I was like, yo, true, his style is so mature and nice and timeless and youthful. And I was like, okay, this can be, you know, a nice angle like to discuss on the channel. Like, what if you were Channing Tatum? No, but jokes aside, I think that having nice, simple clothing makes sense and helps you out if you're Channing Tatum or if you're like a normal Joe like us. And also, I think that's incredibly important, you know, to not fuck over. It doesn't matter how fit you are, but like if you overdo it, that's gonna show. And you see that with a lot of fashion celebrities, with famous people all over, all the time, regardless of the era. So let's get into it. Let's talk 5 tips, 5 steps, 5 things to keep in mind to dress well. Tip number 1 is to slow down. You don't need to follow a new trend. You don't need 5 new jackets. You don't need the new hit bag. Calm down, take a deep breath. It's okay. The machine is meant to make you think like that you need to buy something every week to feel good, but this is not how it is. Just slow down, think about what you like, what you always like, you know, if there's anyone in your circle that brings up something new, do your research, slow down. Again, there is no need for you to hop on a trend, wear the new sneakers, you know, just take a deep breath. That really helped me, you know, to be more considerate with how I look at the market, how I look at new garments. I really like to prepare like a list of things I'm interested in buying, some color, some inspiration. I really try to take everything with a grain of salt, so do the same, slow down. The world of fashion is gonna be out there also if you don't buy the latest pair of camion boots today. On the same level, I would also recommend to not overdo it when you buy and like something. I'm gonna bring myself up as an example. I recently got myself a pair of Paraboots Michaels in black, gloss black. Love the shoe, it's incredible, it's an icon, timeless silhouette with the Norwegian welt. Last weekend, I was actually browsing for new different color of the same shoe, and then I was having a conversation with my partner and I was like, why would I want to have the same thing that I just got in more colorways? Just like, slow down, take a deep breath, you have something that works, enjoy it. There's nothing sadder than when you have a lot of clothes and you never wear them. So you have a good leather jacket, you have a good denim jacket. I understand that we are kind of programmed to, like, you know, always want more and have, you know, 5 pairs of shoes more or less in the same category, but that's not necessary. If you have a good pair of black leather shoes, if you have a good pair of boots, that's absolutely enough, you know. The mistake I made was like, okay, I like this, so let me have this also in a different version. That's not necessary. Enjoy what you have, consume responsible. If you have a nice denim shirt, that's fine, go for it, buy it, enjoy it. It's not that you also need the black version and the purple version. You really don't have that many days in the week to need that, so that's also super solid tip. Tip number 3 from the book of Zamo and Channing Tatum, they called me Amsterdam Channing Tatum, is to keep it simple. So simple colors, like especially if you are reorganizing your closet, you're trying to simplify things, you're trying to make it easier for yourself to dress in the morning, keep it simple. So black and white for basic layers, some blue and some black for the tops. Just take it easy. Of course, this is what's true for me. For you might be red and yellow. Of course, just start with a couple of colors that you know go together, that you're happy with. It's not that society tells you they go together, but just like keep it simple with the colors, rebuild your basic, have like a good pair of denim, one pair of denim, have a good leather jacket if you like leather jacket, especially if you go vintage. It's really sustainable model. That's it, like try and keep it simple. When I was like a bit younger, like 18 or something, I used to think that dressing well and having personality meant to go extra. So I was wearing like navy jackets, vintage parkas. I was wearing like red loafers. And it's like, hey, calm down. That actually is going to have the opposite effect. You're going to look like a clown. You're going to look like you don't have your heart behind things. And it becomes so hard every morning to think about like, okay, I have 5 colors jackets. I have 10 color pants, and mix and match. And then, personally speaking, is not fun. I think it's really important to wear well simple clothes, and adding your accessories, your spice, and make it yourself, leave it in, compared to instead having so many different patterns, different color, different textures. So my recommendation, tip number 3, would be keep it mega simple. Black and white for your basic layers, black and navy for the top. Of course, you can add some brown, but again, I would recommend playing it safe. Remember the importance of accessories, of course, so have like one nice pair of gloves, one nice darker scarf. That's it. Number 4 is my personal favorite, and it's like, okay, get yourself inspired by cool people on the internet. Can be celebrities, musicians, think about hairstyle, can be actors of the present, like Paul Mescal, like Jeremy Allen White, can be actors from the past. Think about Al Pacino airport looks. Think, for example, about Harrison Ford, Steve McQueen. Everyone on Pinterest, on Instagram, it's an icon. And what's the secret? Look at them. It's super simple fits. If you really look at that, it's like, okay, yeah, it's like a sweat boot, pair of good fitting Levi's 501, nice blazer. That's it. That's where the game is at. And it's so funny that from the outside, people look at it and they're like, oh, wow, look at him. It's so essential. Look at Austin Butler. Like he's wearing Carhartt jacket. Like take that as an inspiration of being like, hey, calm down. I don't need a plastic puffer. Let's keep it easy. Let's keep it, simple and wear it with personality. What's the iconic Al Pacino airport fit? Blazer, nice long coat, pair of sandals. That's it. Don't make the mistake of thinking that if you want to be like celebrities, if you want to be like what's perceived as well dressed, you have to be at Balenciaga every day. You have to be on Shane and all that bullshit. Less is more. Look at the other people. Look at Zamo, who's now dressing super nice with his shooting shirt. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it inspired, and there's nothing wrong in be like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna steal a fit. Okay, I need a nice blazer. I can go vintage. I need a nice pair of jeans and a white tee. That's it. That's all you need. So please keep that in mind when you're dressing yourself, keeping it simple, keeping it timeless, and be inspired. Of course, there's nothing wrong with it. There's so much good inspiration out there. Final, boring advice, but it really works. It's obvious, but it really works. I would recommend, if you want to buy like a good staple, if you want to simplify your process, if you want to make it easy to be happy with how you're dressing every day, to buy and start buying timeless silhouettes. So items that stood the test of time. I'm talking, for example, if you want to buy a pair of sneakers, buy like a pair of New Balance in gray, classic, made in US, made in UK, very simple, very toned down. Of course, the new pair of like super collab, colorful, etc. That's gonna be fun. For certain people, that's gonna be forever in your wardrobe. But for most people, that's too much. Like that doesn't have the timeless attitude to it. Same thing with sweater, like a nice crew neck, a mock neck, a long coat. Those are all items who were designed with a functionality and instead stood the test of time for 100 years. So I'm just saying, before you invest into like, I don't know, like an oversized fleece, or like paint splattered denim, or like cowboy boots, take a step back and be like, okay, am I gonna be liking this in 10, 20 years? Probably not. Please look into the item. Is it like a bomber, like a nice jacket? Is it like something more inspired by mountain, think Arcteryx, Keep in mind the fact that it would be amazing to have something in your wardrobe that's timeless, that has been around for a while, and that you can really rely on. Think, for example, Russell athletic hoodies for nice blanks. Think, for example, like work caps, there's so much fun. Think about like timeless sunnies, like there's so much out there. But if you're on the fence, when you're consuming carefully and you're like, okay, should I buy it or should I not? Keep also in mind, invest in timeless items. Guys, that was my 5 tips to dress well. I know it's obvious, but I'm sure it's gonna help you, a lot of us, and it's gonna also help myself in getting dressed today. Have a beautiful day, drink plenty of water, please follow, like, and subscribe. Leave in the comment, just what you think. Are those tips good? Are they capped? What do you think? What's your secret? How do you simplify your process, and how are you happy in the morning? How are you glowing like Channing Tatum? Let me know. Otherwise, from me and the Samo Samo Mag is all. Have a lovely weekend. Take care. Love you. Bye.